How do kids learn, really learn? Learn in ways so powerful that knowledge is permanently fixed in their minds and ready for a lifetime of use? Is it mostly a matter of listening and reading, then remembering what's been said and read? Or is another, less obvious process at work? We lay in a crib, and nothing much happened. We made noise, and someone picked us up, changed our diaper, and gave us something to eat. We had discovered a relationship between noise and reaction. We learned. We grew and discovered a relationship between the time of day, our father's mood, and the likelihood we'd get a yes if we asked to borrow the car. We learned. We became adults, went into various fields, and discovered relationships between urban design and crime rates, between age and susceptibility to advertising, between certain fuel additives and cleanness of fuel burn, between emotions and physical health, between religious belief and reaction to social change, between technology and family instability, between global warming and insurance rates. We learned. Yes, we learn from lectures. Yes, we learn from reading textbooks. Yes, we learn from running down references and searching the internet. But most of the insights that guide us through our daily lives don't come from lectures, books, libraries, or the internet. They come from variations on that early experience of crying and getting attention, discovering relationships between things we didn't previously think were related. It surely follows, then, that facilitating and enhancing the relationship-discovering, knowledge-constructing way we learn should be the primary emphasis of classroom instruction. Rarely, however, is that the case. The usual emphasis is instead on the comparatively minor, passive, knowledge-absorbing, fact-collecting approach. The cost of this misplaced emphasis are far greater than we think. They won't show up on standardized test scores, won't show up on report cards, won't show up in education statistics that politicians are likely to cite to promote their political agendas or ideologies. But they're a major reason why the institution is in crisis, and why that crisis will only deepen if the instructional emphasis doesn't change. Moving the education establishment, someone has said, is harder than moving a Jell-O elephant. But if the institution is to meet its responsibilities, that challenge must be met. Facing a complex, dangerous, unpredictable future, the young can't rely on the wisdom of the elders. They'll need answers to questions the elders have neither asked nor answered, so we'll have to generate them for themselves. There is, then, no realistic alternative to making the relationship exploration process the primary focus of instruction. Unfortunately, traditional instructional materials for the core curriculum, emphasizing mere student recall of expert opinion about patterns and relationships within circumscribed fields, give educators little support. Textbooks and other standard instructional materials simply aren't designed to explore relationships. Standards documents are often prefaced with statements saying the standards identify what students should know and be able to do. But the able to do part invariably gets the short end of the stick, because it's easy to test what learners remember, but impossible to test in any machine-scored way what they can actually do with what they know. It's the know part that gets tested. And because teachers have little choice but to teach to the test if they want to keep their jobs, the autonomy that teachers and learners need if they're to use the real world as their primary textbook is missing.